Welcome to episode 2 of season 7 of the RTG. Today we shall finish the transfer window. Apologies that yesterday's episode was a day late. I had so many troubles trying to get it to go live. It wouldn't let me watch it, or it said it wasn't processed for me, so wouldn't let me watch it. But at the same time, premiered it for about 400 or 500 of you. So some of you saw yesterday's episode before it actually came out. And it was just an absolute mess. So I took it down, put it up again the next day as a normal video, and hopefully you guys saw it and enjoyed it, and we can push forward in the knowledge that we've made our signings for this window and potentially for this season, depending on what happens later in this window or, of course, in January as well. We don't have any money left. We've Liverpool to start, then Leyton Orient in the Carabao Cup, in Chelsea to end. It was an indifferent start to Premier League life in Season 7, although, of course, we've changed formation. We've three new signings in the starting lineup as well. So there's an adjustment period to go through here at the beginning of Season 7, but hopefully it's an adjustment period we can come out the other side of and be much stronger for. As you can see, the home shirt collar has now been fixed, and the away shirt now has black numbers on the shorts as well. Thank you, Merrikits, for sorting that for me. Right then, Liverpool at home, followed by Leyton Orient, which will sim, and then Chelsea as well. Campos up to 85 still, as you can see. Perez Sayol 80, Skip 78, waiting for more growth elsewhere. Cano's up to 78 now as well, continuing to see his growth bloom, thankfully. So we'll wait and see what happens today, but when you play against big teams, you never know whether it's going to go one way or the other. We'll just have to wait and see which way it goes. Right, Liverpool's starting lineup. Still Alisson in goal. Trent, Van Dijk, Joel Matip and Andy Robertson. That's as you would expect it. Dele Alli, Don Brown and Ovi Ejaria in the midfield, with Salah, Firmino and James Maddison still. I'm surprised to see Firmino and Salah still in the starting lineup, to be honest. They've got Harry Kane on the bench still. Although players always tend to be a lot younger than I actually think in real life. You see players and they have been around for what feels like 10 years, but they may well have been around for about 10 years. It just so happens that when they first broke onto the scene, they were like 17 and they're still only 27. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see throughout the course of the save if there are any players that have dropped in rating because they're starting to age out, or if they're not actually aging out yet. Van Dijk's still 90 rated. Trent is 90 rated. Salah's 88, and I can't see Firmino. Dele Alli's 88. Don Brown 87, of course. Player that we will at some point bring back to the club. Imagine Don Brown and Sander Berger as a CDM partnership. Yes, please. But we are going to need Champions League football to be able to see that through, because there's no way that we could attract Don Brown, even being a familiar former club, without having the European football to entice him back. There's no reason why he would leave Liverpool starting every week to then come back to Cambridge United without there actually being Champions League football or the chance to fight for a Premier League title, because that's what he's doing at Liverpool, obviously. But hopefully at some point, that's well works, cut me open well, and Liverpool lead. Ejaria with the opening goal. Liverpool 1, Cambridge United 0. Cutting me apart there. Not sure what's happening with the screen right now. Apologies. Maybe I'll have to restart my game after this game. There was a bit of lag in some of the gameplay during that highlight as well. It's weird. The game has had an update out, but I haven't updated so that my mods still work. But that shouldn't have affected things, because I haven't updated, so I'm not sure why it was doing that. Apologies. Hopefully that's something we don't see again, and it was just a one-off. That goes for the Liverpool goal as well, to be fair. According to the commentary of Derek Ray, it's Ejaria. It's a hard J, not a soft J, in Ejaria's name. So apologies if I've been pronouncing that incorrectly. I'm just going to try and get rid of this. I mean, that was a lobbed pass, apparently, that then Daisy cutted its way across the floor. That didn't quite work as I'd intended, but the overall move could be very good. Jack Rolls has been the man that scored our only goal in the Premier League so far this season, and continues to be the man that scored our only goals, plural, in the Premier League this season. Our number 10 at it again. Cambridge United 1, Liverpool 1. completely opened up the defence. Wasn't the way that I envisaged that move coming together. But the run of Abadia drawing Virgil away, that's a hell of a finish at the near post. Really well tucked home. We are level. I love that, thank you. Perez steps in rather nicely. Really enjoying using him at right back so far. I do like Pereira Rock, but oh my god, Jack Rolls could be in again. He is. Jack Rolls flashing it across the face of goal. Very close, but it is wide. Alisson probably had it covered angle-wise. He was there to make the save if it had been on target. Half an hour played, 1-1. And, well, since they went 1-0 up, we've looked the more likely to score, have scored once, and nearly gotten a second. Rolls has done well. Poor from Liverpool. Can we threaten them one more time before the end of the half? I'll spread this wide left. And Barrenechea brings it under control. Oh, Abadia. Brilliant little touch around the corner to Rolls, who apparently is the most deadly number 10 in the Premier League. We've scored 3 goals in the Prem this season, all through Captain Jack. Wow. Liverpool 1, Cambridge United 2. We come from behind to lead at the break at the New Abbey. Oh, Firmino gives that straight to Barrenechea. That was a poor pass. Skip looking for Abadia, who will help at El Waiati. Well, Abadia's link-up play has been superb here in this game. And Ollie Skip's found well, and Matip blocks well. We're dominating the game now. Since that first goal for them, it's been all Cambridge United. I was slightly concerned with the way that they cut me apart for that first goal, that it was going to be one of those days and Liverpool were just going to be performing at their absolute maximum and destroy me. Thankfully, it's not turned out to be the case. They're still playing quite well, but they haven't really created that many goal-scoring opportunities since that, and as I say that, they're probably going to have one here and actually end up scoring. Nope, Dele Alli goes for the extra pass, which doesn't work, and on the counter-attack, we could cause some problems again. Campos could look to get in behind Andy Robertson. We'll try and play him in with Ollie Skip. Turn inside quickly, really well. Abadia. Oh my god, Jack Rolls. No, there was an offside. Oh, Jack Rolls was in for a hat-trick. Krunic into Harry Kane, who's come off the bench here for Bobby Firmino. Maddison. Brilliant footwork from James Maddison. But Perez not to be fooled more than once and able to get it off him, but Groich wins it back and then Skip intercepts again. That one time Liverpool... Oh, good interception by Don Brown. That one time Liverpool cut me apart, it worked brilliantly, but they just haven't been able to do it for a second time. Dele Alli back to Groich. Dele and Groich again. I wonder if Harry Kane will change things for them up top. He's a different kind of striker to Bobby Firmino. So given the opportunity, he may well just lash it from 35 yards and see it fly top bins. But Campos is on a good run here. Don Brown closing me down. Oh, it's a poor pass from Campos, unfortunately. 25 minutes to go. Still 2-1 Cambridge. Would like to make this home ground a bit of a fortress this season if we can. We'll have to see out these next 20 minutes first if that is to be something we can do. Into Kane. Held well by Stefan. Maddison. Nice little back heel. Brown quickly back to him. Don Brown in the box. James Maddison is there and perhaps should have been the one to have been pulled back in there. Now Jack Rolls has left the field of play now as his stamina was dropping, unfortunately. And we've brought on Brianchon, the young Benzema regen, to have the final say, hopefully, in this game, if possible. His finishing isn't the best statistically, but neither was Abadia's when we first signed him, and he's been deadly enough in front of goal when we've needed him to be, so hopefully Brianchon can be good. You see him on the edge of the box there with his top knot. Not too sure why he's got a top knot, but it's not the obvious. I don't think you see many players with a top knot, especially regens. Nice ball around the corner. Can we get there with Barrenechea? We can, you know. And Campos is in. Oh, and that touch is brilliant. Campos to finish it. Yes! Cambridge 3, Liverpool 1. Our now second highest rated player as we brought Sander Berger in. Campos has sealed the points. Berger forward to Brianchon. Now, he might not have the highest of finishing stats, but his pace is brilliant and his ball control is excellent too. So he's actually still a very effective, very usable player. The plan was to drill that into the middle. I think the drill bit broke there because that was skewed tamely right to the defender in front of him. 2 minutes to go in the game. We are to get all 3 points against Liverpool with a 3-1, maybe more scoreline. No, with a 3-1 scoreline. We'll take it. Our first win of the league season at home against Liverpool by a decent scoreline as well. After they scored that first, I was genuinely concerned. But Captain Fantastic put those nerves to rest with a couple of goals in the first half. We'll have Leyton Orient next in the Carabao Cup, so stay with me. I say stay with me as if I'm not the one that controls the editing. And we'll go straight to that game now after this press conference, which will, we hope... Oh, what? No, we hoped to win. I did win. I'm very proud of what we've done here. How is that a negative thing to say? I just saw the line and muscle memory clicked it before realising that actually it was a negative connotation. I don't get that at all. That was one of the right things to say in that situation. That's annoying. Palomino and Campos are going away on international duty, which might be an issue actually, because South American international duty does tend to be at a different point to European international duty, although hopefully it's on this weekend here and it is just South American players that are going away and not any of our European players. I'll consider it, Kyle, but not sure. Next one's a big game. There's bigger games ahead, Jack, than Leyton Orient in the Carabao Cup, mate, to be honest. You're not going to play in this one. But I could give Carl Noel the start, but regardless, we'll sim this one at home against Leyton Orient. And with that starting lineup, we certainly should win. Pereira, Rock, Wright, Collins, Wilson, Evans, Palomino, Basuma, Clark, Nemecha, and Nibs. To be fair, I should actually take Wilson away from that left-back spot. Just occurred to me that Wilson is starting a left-back there, and I want him to start in my first 11, not in the rotation 11. Who did I have at left-back before then in this? Ah, it was the young Regen, wasn't it? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Sweeney. Where's he? I might have sent him out on loan, actually, accidentally. It's just occurred to me. I think I remember getting a loan bid in for him, and I may well have sent Sweeney out on loan when not intending to. When I was in the process of selling... Oh, I have done. Bollocks. I was in the process of loaning out all of these youngsters like Norval Williams and Tate and Robinson, etc. And I've obviously, just in the process of doing that, not registered in my mind whilst going through that, actually, I kind of need Sweeney. Never mind. Thankfully, we've still got Leon Davis and Kyle Noel. Well done, Ches. I could recall him from loan, but we might as well give him some more first-team experience. It was a tough decision, mate. Don't worry. Thank you. Oh, it was him asking for a rest. Sorry, I misread it. It was Rolls asking for a rest. You're welcome, my man. Right, Chelsea then, coming up next. We're up to 7th in the league now. Early doors, of course, so things can change either way very, very quickly. What are the boards saying with a match rescheduled? Presumably that is for the next round of the Carabao Cup. We're not in Europe, so it has to be for the next round of the Carabao... Oh, I missed training. Has to be for the next round of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, the game against Spurs has been delayed by a day. Why is that? I don't know, actually. Maybe for TV, perhaps? Not sure. Regardless, though, let's head into the next game. Oh, Campos is away on international duty. That's a pain in the arse. Bloody South Americans. Right then. Nemecha, Nemecha, really? No. I might give Nemecha the start, actually, ahead of Abadir, but we'll give Evans the nod there. In goal, Kepa for Chelsea, Zappacosta, Konate, Diaz and Alaba. Mason Mount, Mark Roca and Mikel Merino. Hudson-Odoi, João Pedro and Marco Asensio. João Pedro used to play for someone else in the Premier League, and I can't remember off the top of my head who it was. We've got Tomori, Romagnoli, Guedes, Zirkzee on the bench. Strong squad for Chelsea here. But is it going to be strong enough to deal with our team that is now actually in some decent form? Well picked off by Mepham. That was a really promising move for Chelsea if they could have squeezed that through ball down the line. Wilson pushing forward. Oh, and Davide Zappacosta committed there. Barrenechea will stop, tuck this back. It wasn't where I wanted it to go, but it still could prove to be costly for Chelsea. Berger through the gap. Oh, it had to be Jack! Oh, but it's saved by Kepa. Asensio on the run. Really good run as well. I'd love to have Marco Asensio at Cambridge at some point. I'm trying to show him onto his right so he can't get onto his left. Evidently the right thing to do because we've got the ball away from him. That wasn't meant to go to Jack, but it's worked well enough. Sander Berger. Oh, I see the man on the left-hand side calling for it. It was a poor pass from me, to be fair. Somehow we've been very fortunate in keeping possession. Ollie Skip. Nemecha is there as an option. Still, Ollie skips forward. Here's Nemecha. Oh, wiped out there. Is that a foul? It is. I'll take the free kick, please, ref. Oh, come on! Where's my advantage there? I literally stood motionless, waiting to get tackled so I'd get the advantage. Ref, have a word. At least I haven't completely lost possession, but I wanted the free kick there. Nemecha, oh, brilliant turn on the defender. And we'll pull it back. No! Brilliantly cut out. We're getting so close to cutting this Chelsea side apart. Not quite found the way through yet. Could be a good counter-attack for Chelsea, actually. Hudson-Odoi into Joao Pedro. Hudson-Odoi again, out wide to Davide Zappacosta. It's his mistake that nearly let us in at the other end a moment ago. And his cross is decent. Oh, Stefan could have caught that, I feel. Mason Mount will get it under control. And he whips it in this time. And Wilson's there to head behind for a corner. Oh, dearie me. What can we do in terms of defensive clearances on this occasion? It's a decent corner, actually. And Wilson's headed that back towards his own goal. Hooked away by the defender. Mikel Merino to man in the middle. I think it was Ruben Dias. Alaba to Mikel Merino again. Could shoot. Lays into Mason Mount. That hit Mepham. Away again. Why the fancy flick for a clearance? Just get rid of it with your left foot and kick it properly. Mikel Merino to Joao Pedro. Did that take a deflection as well? It did. Another Chelsea corner. Can't get rid of this. Mason Mount to deliver the ball into the middle again. Another dangerous delivery. Stefan with the clearance this time. And we've finally been able to get rid of it. Go on, Barrenechea. Oh, David Alaba is a very, very capable defender. He must be in his early 30s now for sure. Oh, it's dug out a really good cross as well. And Wilson puts it behind for a Chelsea corner. How many times are we going to have the ball end up in the box here from a Mason Mount corner on that far side? For the third time. Away. Thank you. Asensio played in down the line. I love that, thank you. Kept in well by Sayol. Let's just keep possession, so and it's not needlessly give it away. Mepham lifting that over the top. Well, I mean, I just tried to just lift it over the man in front of him. Not actually, of course, Sander Berge would have to do an overhead kick to keep hold of possession. That's definitely a foul. And Mason Mount probably going to go into the book here. We've got Watford in the next game, apparently, to start the next episode tomorrow. It's not that busy a month, I don't think, was it? With the Tottenham game moved, it was Watford, Tottenham, then was it Man City at the end of the month, perhaps, I think? The weekend after Tottenham. Although I do expect the next round of the Carabao Cup to be drawn there. Rolls to Nemecha, trying to power his way through the gap here. And Ollie Skip is there. I need someone just to pop up on the edge of the box. And Ollie Skip's not really moving to put himself in a position to score a goal. Go on, Nemecha. Oh, get past Ruben Dias. He's just bullying the defenders at the minute, Nemecha. He's doing really well. Oh, I just can't find the way through, though. Chelsea's defence have stood so much firmer than Liverpool's did in the last game. Really strong defensive performance from the AI here, although they've given that away. And they might have just sealed their fate. Oh, no, that wasn't meant for you. It was meant for Skip first time. Nemecha through the gap, maybe. No, it's Rolls. Oh, it had to be! It had to be! 4 goals in the Premier League. 4 goals for Rolls. What's happening? He's scoring everything this season. And what a finish too. Captain Jack again. What a finish. Out of his feet, flicks it to the right, bends it into the corner. Oh, who needs a striker to score goals when you've got a Cam that can't help himself? What's happening with Jack this season? He's picked up last season's form. We thought that was spectacular enough. He's taken it on to the next level. Here comes Gonçalo Guedes for Chelsea, but 9 minutes to play. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough to see them back in this. Xerxes. Strength to hold off Mepham. And Xerxes again. Wow. That was really well hit. Xerxes making an impression here, isn't he? Really well struck. And a good save by Stefan, to be fair. At full stretch. Asensio to take the corner. Chelsea looking for a late equaliser. You're not going to score one like that. Jack forward. But Dani Ceballos wins the physical encounter with Barrenechea. Here's Guedes. Back to Mikel Merino. Oh, Skip's done brilliantly. And that tackle could end up winning us the game. And seeing this result through. Sanderberger will look over the top for Baranachea. I've actually probably kicked that off the field there, haven't I? I have, but with only 60 seconds to play, Chelsea won't have enough time to get it back up the field. We're going to win against Chelsea, only by the narrowest of margins, though. That was a very tight game. But 3 points nonetheless. We will be delighted with it. So 7 points from our opening 4 games after a frustrating start yesterday, with only a point against Bournemouth and Southampton. Norwich 8, Crystal Palace 0. Norwich 8, Crystal Palace 0. What? Jesus Christ, what's happening today? Norwich scored 8 away from home. My God. What is life? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, that's one of the most surprising things I've ever seen in career mode. Bloody hell. Well then, let's end transfer deadline day and calm down a little bit, shall we? He says as he goes back into the trading module again. 10 hours to go. We're not looking to sell anyone else unless we get a bid that we feel that we should accept for the player's career or is just astronomically high. That was a very good save, though, by Stefan, that one in the bottom right, from that effort from Xerxes towards the end. We've spent 32.5 million, which was basically all of my budget, wasn't it? I can't believe we got such a small budget. No idea why. Xerxes and Joao Pedro in at Chelsea. Nathan Ake going out. Quiet deadline day. Only 110 million spent so far. Really quiet deadline day. Castillejo in at Palace. That's a good signing for them. Obviously not good enough to help them avoid conceding 8 against Norwich. So we'll quickly show you the other deals. So Pereira, Lage, Hayden and Zambo and Gisa out at Bournemouth with Goebbels and Dreyer in. Brighton have... Arsenal have brought in Julian Brandt from Liverpool. Brighton have signed Rafa and Gueye. Lancaster is in at... out at Brighton as well. And Connolly in. Pacencia in at Burnley with El Ghazi and 2. Perez and Fotheringham out. That's Iosi Perez at Burnley, I'm pretty sure. Brian Schonenberger in for me with Cantwell out. Xerxes and Joao Pedro in and Ake out. Chelsea, which we saw. We saw the Palace one earlier on as well. Everton have signed Jones. An unknown Jones. And Thompson. Huddersfield have done minimal business. Leicester, that's where Pereira Lage went. Felipe Anderson gone there as well. Christensen out and Hinteregger too. Fekir in at Liverpool, presumably as a Julian Brandt replacement, and Wallace too. City have done nothing. Manchester United have signed Yuri Tielemans, Hall and Naby Keita. Newcastle have done nothing. And you're out at Norwich is all they've done. Southampton have sold Barnes, Raman, Swift and Watkins. Watkins and Raman both played against us in the earlier game yesterday. Rugani in at Tottenham with Castillejo and Tielemans out. Joao Pedro was at Watford, and that is where he's gone now. Chelsea, obviously. Akhmatov, Fotheringham and Connolly in at Watford with West Ham signing Ike Muniain and Carrasco. Yannick Ferreira Carrasco, presumably. Maximovic and obviously Felipe Anderson out, who went to another Premier League team earlier on. And Lancaster has gone to Wolves from Brighton. Manolas in as well. And Dreyer too, out from Wolverhampton Wanderers. So then, I've been offered the manager role at Arsenal. They won the league last year. I'd like to win the league at Cambridge, thank you, if you don't mind. That's not going to happen this season, obviously. But it might happen next season, maybe, or the season after. Why, after 4 wins, with 15 goals and none conceded in their opening 4 games, have I been offered the Arsenal job? In what universe would that job be available? FIFA's so fucking shit with the manager market. Apologies for the aggressive language, but it just is so infuriating. There's no way that that job should be available whatsoever. Just a joke. Nowhere near a realistic career mode simulation, is it? Oh, there are some things that are really good about FIFA and some things that are just infuriating in their stupidity. Never mind, eh? We're 6th in the Premier League and happy with how things are going so far. Tomorrow, Watford, Tottenham and Manchester City, although, as we say, we expect a Carabao Cup game to be drawn in there, and I might actually advance a little bit further on to see where that Carabao Cup game goes and who it's against. There's the Cambridge board messaging me to let me know that a game has been moved, presumably. the Spurs game has been moved back. Now, it was moved from the 20th to the 21st, presumably for TV, and it's now been moved back to the Saturday because we've Southampton at home in the Carabao Cup. Oi, 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 oi. Right, what was the last one we did? It was defenders, I think. Well, time to train Jack. Is he going to go up to 78 rated? Indeed, he is. Finishing his 88 now for Jack in that cam role. That's why he's scoring all of my goals. If someone else could score, though, that'd be lovely. But so far in the Premier League, only Jack has scored goals. He has single-handedly put us 6th in the table. Watford next, then, to start tomorrow's episode. But for today, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on more. I'm live on Twitch right now, if you're watching this as the video comes out, with some open lobbies on F1 2020 with Bateson and Black Panther. Come and join me. Link in the description down below. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.